Test, test, test. Yep.
Testing, testing.
It's a beautiful night in Pullman, Washington, as there are golden rays of sunshine coloring the field. Zona Strifer will want to catch the sunshine into the symbols of victory tonight, as she will hope to get her first ever win for the Cougs, and first ever win at home, and first ever WCC victory. Seattle University is coming to town and also is hungry for their first win of the season in WCC play, but also their first ever win in conference play. We'll be watching now as Perner will be coming into town as the league's leader in goals with 8. Well, it'll be certainly exciting what will happen tonight as you're listening to KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse.
GR Sports Production.
Good pass down low to Eric Strupp, and he scores off the glass.
Giving you play-by-play coverage of all your favorite WSU athletics.
He doesn't get it! He's stuffing the line!
Football, basketball, baseball, hockey, and more.
Absolutely electrifying play from Washington State to get them right back in this game.
Follow us on YouTube at KUGR Sports to listen to every game live.
What a play! What a kill by Brewstad!
Never miss a moment with the best in the West. KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse.
Gets the Cougs on the board with less than 20 seconds remaining in this first period. Here come the Cougs.
And now, on to the game.
Well, aren't you excited tonight?
I am indeed excited.
I'm Dylan Bergman.
And I'm Ben Walker.
And it will be certainly an exciting time to see what will happen tonight as Washington State University will opening their second home opener in WCC as an affiliate member. Washington State University comes in this game with a record of 2 wins, 3 losses, and 3 draws. And Seattle U comes in with a record of 4 wins, no losses, and 4 draws. I am very excited for tonight. But what would you say really, if Washington State University wants to win tonight, what are they looking for to win?
Yeah, Dylan. So tonight the Cougs need to plan transition, score quick goals, try to catch the defense off guard, trust in their back line. Head coach Todd Schulenberger said multiple times his teams are built off of defense, and also just playing up along the wings, the sides. It's how they've been able to score the goals they've scored. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And just get the ball to Audrey Shackelford, only player this year with a goal and an assist. She is able to create a spark on offense that some of the other players just can't.
Yeah, Washington State University doesn't have a single goal scorer with more than 2 goals. Is that correct?
I believe it's 1 goal.
1 goal. Yeah, more than 1 goal, right?
Yes.
More than goals. What I meant to say is 2 or more goals, right?
Yes. I believe we have 5 players with 1 goal.
That is certainly going to be something that Washington State University, you can't win a game, of course, if you don't have more goals than the other team, and you can't really get more goals than the other team if your players aren't scoring more than 1 goal each.
That is true.
This is nearly 8 games in the season, is it not? And Washington State University yet to have a multi-goal scorer. Look at Seattle University. They have not 1, but 2 scorers with more than 1 goal. And that is something that they're going to be really going to be trying to pressure Washington State University. They, of course, have the league's leader, the WCC leader in goal scores, and that's going to be Penner for them. And Washington State University, although they're built on defense, are going to really want to try and control that. Isn't that right?
Yeah, definitely. And defensively, Seattle U isn't a bad team, but they certainly give up a lot of goals. Goalkeeper Cassidy Kurgan has given up 8 goals on the season so far, so they're averaging about a goal a game.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, a goal given up a game.
Goal given up a game, yeah. Yeah, Zora Stadifer, definitely someone who is interesting to me watch. This is her first start at home. She came in, and of course in that NDSU game, after that poor injury, it's going to be she's averaging right now 0.83 goals, 8.5, 0.85 goals against. That's going to be a slight advantage for Washington State University. Really, though, you're going to have to trust that back line, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's entirely unreasonable to say. They are a great back line. They did unfortunately lose senior Jenna Studer to injury, but seems like they haven't found too much difficulty with that. They are a great team defensively.
Mm-hmm. Well, defense certainly helps your offense get in position. But if you're watching State University, how are you going to be approaching the attack today to try and really get off to a good start in WCC play?
I think, again, it's just playing transition, trying to catch the defense off guard, scoring easy goals that they can. And again, get the ball to Audrey Shackelford. She is the spark that this offense is able, or she's a spark to this offense, and just let her play.
And what kind of formation will be Washington State be using and to kind of like aggressively attack? Get those goals in?
Yeah, so offensively, expect to see a 3-back. Expect to see that left back, Alina Watts, push up, and see left winger Abigail Siddall kind of drift more into a forward role.
I see. So that's going to be certainly something interesting to go and watch as they're now having the opening announcements. So let's talk a little bit about Seattle U now. What are they looking for to get the win today?
Yeah, for Seattle U, it's going to be, again, getting the ball to Caroline Penner, leading goal scorer. I see no reason to stop if it's working. I think just taking as many shots on Zoe Stanifer as you can. This is her first start at home, second start of the season, so she definitely is not quite she's still definitely kind of trying to find her groove and just keeping the ball in your offensive half. Again, the defense giving up nearly a goal a game, and they can definitely score goals. So just stay on the attack.
I mean, last year Washington State University was a team that loved to keep that ball in that offensive half, and just loved to give possession and control. Really, they allowed too many little fast breakaways, too many unfortunate breaks, and that kind of led to some garbage goals that should not have been let in. So that'll be certainly something to pay attention to, watch out for, as Washington State University is going to be trying to leave a good first impression onto their crowd, as it is Wednesday night soccer, and I think it's going to be a good one.
I do too.
Seattle University, last time they beat Washington State University was September 9th, 2021, and Washington State University, out of the past 10 matchups, have won 9 of them. Only one loss for WSU against Seattle U. So they have certainly been a little bit of the big brother, shall we say, in this little bit of or big sister in this in-state rivalry game. But who knows? You never know what's going to happen. You don't play the game until you play the game, because you don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen tonight. But Washington State University, once again, focuses on getting them, trusting their back line, making sure that they can control the ball. Those are going to be some of the keys to success tonight. All right, it looks like everyone is getting ready into their little pregame huddles, as this game will be underway here shortly. Tonight's match officiating crew will be Josh Mindy Lombardi, referee, Josh Madison, the assistant referee, adding Aiden Atkins as the other assistant referee. And over at the table there will be Carl Rice as the alternate official for tonight's game. 24 seconds before the opening kick. And this gives us a little bit of time to talk about some new rules that are being implemented for the season. You know, the season is a little old, but not young enough that you will not necessarily know the rules changes. There is new video replay rules coming in.
Dylan, I believe we saw that against NDSU, the review for the penalty.
Yeah. So in WCC play, there will be referee initiated reviews, which are going to be related to timing factors. But also there'll be reviews relating to the most protested calls in college soccer. That is going to be related to misapplications of rules, but also misidentification and fighting and physical malicious contact were the most protested rulings. And so the NCAA decided that they would be trying to mitigate any sort of misapplications of rules, malapplications of rules. Protests are not fun to sort with as a non-match official, nor as a game administrator, nor as a player, really. And so the NCAA has implemented these new replay review rules as a test case to really to see if see if they'll be permanent or not, which will be interesting to see because, VAR has become kind of stock standard in many parts of soccer around the world.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of surprising it took this long to get to college soccer.
Yeah, I mean, it's small fields like this. It's there's a lot of different fields, very small, intimate environments. You don't really get as many camera angles. So that's one kind of concern, as it looks like Washington State will be coming out of their good luck charms. It's going to be looks like they'll be taking the opening kick, and looks like it's a nice little house here tonight. They'll be honoring Surf FC in Pullman tonight, a little youth soccer team. So Cowabunga, I guess. And I hope the Cougs will make that into Winnabunga.
I agree.
All right. It will be number 19, Maggie Mace, the midfield captain, who will be taking the opening free kick, and she will send this one backwards to Cochran, but that ball is going to be intercepted by Seattle U and brought up the field. But the pass by Seattle U will be taken up by Strackenthorpe, that daring Cougar offensive weapon, as there's going to be some ping pong around up in that far side of that corner, as this ball will be sent over to Ulakare. 2 players go down, no foul called, as Strackenthorpe will take this one and send it on over to
Ava
Greshy. Is this one as on that near side of the field will be Watts, who will have a pass intercepted by Ulakaki, as this one will be sent downfield to I believe that's going to be number 5, Kara Mitchell. Ball downfield, nice little crosser there, but that's going to be scooped up there, allowing Washington State to regroup, forces some pressure in that corner there.
Yeah, and so far here, as expected, on the offensive front, you are seeing number 8, Alina Watts, drift more into that winger role, and seeing Abigail Siddall drift into that striker. The Cougs are essentially playing 2 strikers up front with number 21, Jordan Young, and number 2, Abigail Siddall.
Right you are, as this ball is going to be booted by the keeper after a goal kick to number 29, Malia Gonzalez, as there is a misapplied header sent around to Kira Mitchell, as this one will be scooped up by Zora Stafford, who will get her first little boot of the night. A little bit of head action there at midfield, as Seattle U will return the ball back to Washington State University, as Coulsdall will try and get a pass on to Stackford to try and get a breakout here. This is going to be a 1, 2, 3 touches by the Cougs, as they'll be sent over to Watts. Watts, she will be trying to break inside that box, takes a crosser, can't find a teammate, as this will be easily scooped and carried away by Seattle U, as there'll be several Cougs defenders trying to get that ball, and Watts really forces the interception there, as that's the ball being intercepted by Gardares. This is going to be now. This is going to be Mitchell passing it back to her keeper and Stafford, who on that far side of the field will have a attempted Cougar breakout. This is going to be sent around to Young. Here comes now number 32, Sendall, on that far side of the field. Manages to get a throw in for Washington State University, in spite of some strong Seattle U defense.
And it looks like that'll be number 23, Ashley Young, taking the throw in.
Yes, Young takes the throw in, as this will be passed around to Stackleford, who passes it back to her friends at Coulsdall, and this will be now back given to Watts, as this will be sent on all the way over to Coulsdall, but not able to really make much. There was an attempted crosser there, but after a strong challenge.
It's a great cross, just about a foot or 2 in front of Jordan Young, as the goalkeeper is able to get that.
Right you are, as this one will be sent around. This is going to be bouncing around, bouncing. Washington State will now scoop this one up, attempted to get a break in there as they challenge the keeper to move upwards. So this is going to be a great opportunity for Washington State. There's a crosser shot, and that's going to be an own goal! Washington State University. My, oh my, that is 1-0 early on, and that was a unforced error by Seattle U.
Indeed it was. I didn't quite see who laid it off, but
Technically, that'll be Siddall there for
Yeah.
Washington State getting the credit with the goal.
it's unfortunate, though, because it looked like the goalkeeper, Cassidy Kurgan, was about to collect that, but number 17, Jalen Byman, sent that back out right to, I believe that was Young, who was able to pass it on to Siddall, and Siddall got a great shot there, and the Cougs are now up 1-0.
Yeah, I think that'll be technically though credited as an own goal because she got it right off. I think that was also going to be Bynum, the defender, who had that ball right off her thigh and into the net. Very much something that Seattle U is going to recruit on, as they had a brief little huddle led by their keeper, Kisa Keegan, who has been averaging a goal a game against, as this is going to be sent on over between several Cougs. Mace has the ball, and it will have that ball deflected off by a Seattle U player on that near side throw, and this is going to be Baker. Now this is going to be sent back to Janelle Bynum, who has it on to Cassidy Keegan, their keeper. This is going to be a little bit of a keep away from the Cougs, as number 20, number 21, Cortis will be trying to get something going on, and that's going to be a little bit of a foul called there on that
foul
ball.
there by Audrey Shackelford, number 10. And that is how the Cougs play, though. They play very physically, a lot of fouls. They definitely draw more cards than I think Schulenberger would like, than he's happy with. But yeah, they just play very physical. So expect to see a lot of that tonight.
Right, you are, as this will be Jordan Young once again trying to apply pressure to this Seattle U defense, as Bynum once more, who had that own goal, will try and get the ball over. It's 5 minutes and 13 seconds into this game. 1 minute, 1-0 is your score. Certainly going to be certainly a good start for Washington State University, as they'll be doing their counterattack. Shackelford has that ball and sends it on over to Watts. Watts takes a good shot, just a bit high.
It's a great shot there by Alina Watts. And once again, like I keep saying, you're really seeing her pushing up into that offensive role and almost playing a winger.
Yeah, even though she's listed as a defender on our chart, she is really moving upwards and really forcing Seattle U to play on the defense. You know, even if you have a 99% stop rate, each time you get a shot on net, that's going to be an additional opportunity for a goal. That's why they call them chances. As this ball is going to be attempted to clear by Price, will be blocked, as this ball is going to be sent out of play after a deflection off a Seattle U player. As this one was going to be scooped up there, going to be scooped up by Young. As this ball is going to be bouncing downfield, and Sindall forces a throw in for Washington State University by cornering by that defensewoman.
Looks like once again it'll be Ashley Reese on the throw in.
Very nice low throw in, as that ball will be bounding around. Seattle U gets possession inside their own box, and will send this one onto our near side, as an attempted pass to Kyla Schulzer. Just a little bit too much power there, and gets Washington State University with a throw-in. It's going to be Watts now on this throw-in, and she fakes it, and then we'll send it, gets it onto Siddall, but that ball will be intercepted by Seattle U. Seattle U having it inside of their own crease. The keeper, Kiergan, now has it, and she will send it back to Bynum, who's going to try to create some sort of breakout chance after getting that own goal earlier in the game. This is going to be some pressure by Sigdahl. Forces a long downfield pass, which will be intercepted by the keeper, Staffer, who is yet to have to make a save tonight. Washington State University really good at keeping the ball outside the box. It's going to be yet another keep away from the player. This time against Seattle U, as this is going to be sent over to Gorsey. This is going to and that ball will be passed on that far side of the field, down into the Seattle U box.
Great try there by Ashley Reese to try to send in Abigail Siddall. Would have been a great shot there, just a little ahead of her.
Yeah, that's one of the things you got to. you always have to contend with is on this big field. Even a small little difference in power can really make a big thing. It's the 9th minute here in Washington in Pullman. 1-0 is your score, as there's going to be a challenge by Siddall, but that will force a interception on the pass by the Cougar backline. Bouncing around, this is going to be picked up and scooped, I believe, by Kira Mitchell, the midfielder, who passes it back to her keeper, who's at the top of the keeper box and will take that shot to about the midfield line, as this is going to be to Young. A little bit of a bouncing around by the Cougs, as that pass is going to be intercepted by Wilson, who passes it down the field to not only be intercepted into the box by Stanifer.
No problem there for Stanifer. Just an easy pickup of the ball and just pass it back out into play.
Yeah, Seattle U not really going to get a chance, as Washington State University is be pressing down the field, and what could be some good field position. That's going to be on that far side of the field. Few Cougs looking for the pass, as this ball's going to be break inside. Crosser attempted. No teammate there. I think that that was Siddall who was the intended receiver of that cross. Just a little too much power there. In miscommunication.
Yeah, it was a great ball sent in there though by Ava Goreshi on that far side. I mean, if you keep feeding crosses, eventually one of them are going to hit. And with the way the Cougs are playing offensively, I don't see why you don't try it right here.
Yeah, that is certainly the case, as Kukstall is going to be pressured into the corner there into giving up possession to Godales, as that ball is going to be sent all the way down the field into that center circle and passed backwards by the Seattle U backline. Seattle U yet to really come up with a breakout opportunity, as Washington State really been the ones in control here, right, Ben?
Yeah, for sure.
That's going to be a foul. I think a handball going to be called against Washington State University.
Yeah.
Direct free kick awarded. Definitely. Right from the bench.
I think the Cougs are doing a great job just attacking. And I mean, Seattle U hasn't really been able to truly establish anything. It kind of seems like the few opportunities they've had, they've definitely kind of wasted and just given right back to the Cougs.
Yeah, that's going to be that's certainly going to be something to watch. See if Seattle U can try and make something out of nothing, as I think that's going to be Kukstall again, who forced that ball out of play. Never mind, that's going to be number 21 Jordan Young, the Californian, who gets that ball right into the Cougar bench. Little throw in violation there by Seattle. Can't make out who is taking that throw in, as this ball is going to be sent backwards into their own half by Seattle U. Looks like it's going to be Sigdahl trying to apply some pressure there, gets a foot up, not able to get any sort of contact, as this is going to be a little bit of grabbing, but no foul call by the referee. This ball is going to be sent back over to Seattle U's side, as once again Bynum has it and sends it on to her teammate, number four, Juju Baker. Ball remains inside after some heavy Coug pressure. Cougs are able to intercept it, though. The back line gets something, but there's going to be, I think, a foul call for a handball on Washington State here in the 12th minute of play. 1-0 Washington State leads.
I believe that is just a throw-in for Seattle U. I believe it was just sent out by Mitchell there.
Okay, never mind there. This is going to be taken by number 4, Juju Baker, who sends it onto a friendly teammate, but Washington State University is able to intercept that. That's going to be multiple Cougs there piling on, really kind of turning into a chicken chase, as Stackelford takes a pass. That's when it's going to bounce well off number 5, Bella Bonnet. Washington State keeps away from the Seattle U player, as this ball is going to be sent down there to Bynum. A little bit of crowd around here at the Cougar logo. Foul going to be called on Seattle U. A little bit of too physical contact there on that near side corner of the circle.
I believe that foul was called on number 25, Marla Galaditz. Just a little too much pressure there applied, and Greshi unfortunately went down.
Yeah, it's just one of those like bumps. What is too much? Well, soccer takes a little bit of a nicer view to the players, as this ball is going to be going well out after a I'm not really sure what Seattle U was trying to do with that one. I think it's just an overstretched pass.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And I really think so far here, they haven't had a ton of great chances, but the ones they've had, they've certainly not done a whole lot with them and just given them right back to the Cougs.
Yeah, well, Washington State University has done a really good job at like corralling Seattle U and like making them play their game, which in any sport is exactly what you want to be doing. A Seattle U player goes down, foul called. Schellenberger, the head coach for Washington State University, is not going to be too happy with that one. But that's going to be Alina Watts' first foul tonight. Tough physical play by Washington State University. Seattle U player goes down, and it's going to advantage Seattle U here in the 13th minute. But Washington State has scoring advantage, 1-0. Ball's going to be, that was a little bit of a cross, a high.
Just an over kick there on the free kick, sent right out over the goal. Zora Stanifer will get the free kick the goal kick here for the Cougs.
Yes, there's that kick down by Stanifer. Going to be a little bit shorter than her last one. Ball bounces around. Misplay by several players as Washington State University will corral that one over to Watts on top of that Cougar logo. She's going to be breaking out on that near side of the field. Has two defenders on her, able to scratch both of them off as this ball is going to be passed around by the Cougs. Pass around Cougs. This ball is going to be sent into the penalty area as that ball is going to go out of play for a goal kick here in the 15th minute of the play. 1-0.
Yeah, not a terrible shot there by Audrey Shackelford. Just a little bit wide. Definitely is going to want that one back.
Yeah, she was just really pressured there. A good pressure there. I believe that was going to be by Lamb, the back line person. Looks like it's going to be a little improper restart there by Seattle U. As ball's going to be rolled over to Bynum, who sends it on over to Shackelford, who sends it to the Seattle U backline for a header, but that's going to be a challenge.
I believe that was Abby Siddall, not Audrey Shackelford. That
Siddall.
Clearance.
My apologies there. This ball is going to be pass around, as that is going to be Young on that tap there. Gets a pass on. Several Cougs try and get their legs on that one. Ball's going to be bouncing out of play, though, on Seattle U for a Washington State throw in here in the 16th minute of play, 1-0.
Yep, you're going to see Ashley Reese take that throw in. Looks like it is to Audrey Shackelford.
Interesting kind of passing situation. Looks like Watts was the intended recipient of that pass. A little much power there as she's not able to get to that one. You know, like any sort of sport, like any sort of game, we're seeing quite a few overkill, little too much power on passes by both teams.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, though, when you have a moving target, it can definitely be kind of hard to try to pinpoint that, especially when there's another player coming trying to steal the ball the other way.
Schulzer really trying to get a good breakout into the penalty area, cornered there as Penner, that deadly striker for Seattle U, is cornered off by the Cougar backline and gets a few claps for some very good defense by the Cougs as this ball is going to be sent downfield to Siddall, who gives it up to Georgan for a nice, easy scoop up. It was like some ice cream from Ferdinand's there.
Yeah, once again, it was Audrey Shackelford on that pass, just a little in front of her. Although, I mean, you definitely are going to expect to see that a few more times. Hopefully one of those hits.
After a misplay there, Washington State University has a foul called against it. That's going to be a foul, not on Caroline Penner, but the Cougs foul Caroline Penner, who I haven't called her name at all tonight.
No, the Cougs are doing a good job locking her down. I mean, I think that also just ties into how great the Cougs are how great they've been doing just applying offensive pressure.
Here comes an opportunity there as Stanifer catches that ball like a football wideout. Could have been something nasty. She says no, thank you to that one, and boots it away.
Yeah, definitely a free kick Seattle U's going to want back. That was right to her. I mean, I think they were going for goal, but I think they meant to go for the goal, not the goalkeeper.
Ball deflected off a Seattle U player for a Seattle U thrown. It's the 18th minute right now of play. 1-0 Washington State leads after that very explosive early own goal by Washington State, forcing the air as Watts will have this one. This is going to be scooped up there by Gorshi, who sends it back to Watts, but Seattle U is able to secure this one and send it upfield. This is going to be a pass attempt by Gurades, as now number 9 will take it up for Seattle U and will be fouled by Washington State. Yet another free kick. This is going to be the 5th foul on Washington State University in only 19 minutes of play.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. The Cougs just, again, they play very physical. They have drawn a few cards, so it's not surprising to me to see that that's what they're doing.
And here's the thing, though. The Washington State University, that physicality has allowed them to really just shut down this Seattle U offense, who has yet to smell the taste of defeat this season.
Yeah, for sure. I think though, just again, the Cougs are built on defense. So, and part of defense is physicality. So you definitely are gonna expect to see that more.
Ashley Wright comes in for Seattle U. As Seattle U is going to be trying to get some sort of thing going on. Wright currently has 1 assist on the year and 2 points in 4 games played. As this ball is going to be a little bit of kick and chase near the line. Ball goes out of play once again. Seattle U gets the throw, and there's going to be a crosser attempt by Seattle U, headed right into the keeper's lap. You couldn't want anything better as a keeper.
No, that was just an easy standard. I don't even know if I don't know if that classifies as a save for Zoria Standifer.
It was so easy as this is going to be a turnover by to Young by Seattle U. Not really sure what even that pass was attempting to do there.
I think that was a shot. I'm not sure though, but yeah, I went right off of the Seattle U defender. Had no chance of getting past her.
As Shackelford will have that ball on that. I think we'll have that ball sent it on over that far side of the field. Washington State gets a throw in though after a deflection off a Seattle U defender. Well, it's going to be here, and we're now in the 20th minute of play. Still, your score remains 1-0 Washington State leading, as this ball is going to be sent around and around and around. A little bit of a whirlwind up there near the midfield as Washington State University attempts to get the breakout. Ball's bouncing. It's a little bit of a ping pong with the feet there, as Alina Watts will scoop up the pass on that near side of the field. Will try to break inside as she'll get Stackelford. A little bit of contact there with Stackelford. No foul called, as this is going to be a free kick, though, called on Seattle U in a dangerous part. Not a penalty, but it's about a yard outside of that penalty box.
Yeah, it's a great chance here for the Cougs. I'd say you just go for goal here. I mean, you're already up 1-0. You might as well.
Well, go for the goal to go for the goal. That's kind of really what the Washington State University has been able to do all throughout the night. They have 4 shots. Seattle U only has 1. That is certainly something to consider. No teams have yet to have a corner kick, though, but Washington State really leads in the fouls category, 6-2. But this is probably the best opportunity that either side has had for a free kick. Washington State, with this important free kick, will give it to Kira Mitchell, who has 1 point on the year on an assist.
Mitchell's standing over the ball. Looks like Seattle U is forming a wall of 5 here in the middle of the 18 box. Looks like the Cougs are keeping 3 or setting up. Looks like they're sending 5 up here as Mitchell's standing over the ball.
There comes an attempted shot, and that's just a bit outside.
Yeah, not a bad
for a goal kick.
Not a bad shot there by Kira Mitchell at all. Just a little bit off target. Definitely one that she will want back.
Well, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and I guess you miss a few of the ones you do take.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that wasn't a terrible shot, though, for sure. Just a few feet off.
Yeah, Bynum sends that ball. Tries as Seattle U will be trying to do the counterattack. They haven't been really having their keeper do that too many boots away, though, as Washington State University intercepts a Seattle U pass. Attempted breakout towards, that's going to be Sigdahl, is intercepted by Seattle U. More ping pong around there in that attacking part of the midfield for Washington State, as Alina Watts, the defender, who has also been been a very good offensive player for Washington State today, gets the ball and scoops it on over to
number 25, Ava Greshy.
A little bit of pass around the back line as 1, 2, 3 Seattle U players will take deflections off a single pass. A little bit of a play out there, and Seattle U gets the throw in.
Yeah, great recovery though there by Ashley Reese. She was definitely able to come back though and knock the ball out. Oh, it looks like the Cougs actually got called for the throw in there.
Oh, never mind. I saw. It looks like the center saw a deflection off a Seattle U player, overruled the assistant there. As there's a multiple as a Coug, that's going to be Shackelford goes down. No foul called as Washington State gives the ball up to Seattle U in their in Washington State's attacking portion of that midfield. Washington State still applying pressure. Seattle U unable to find any sort of breaking as Juju Baker will try to take it up herself. No pass. Incredible ball save there by Schulcher as that ball goes out of play for Washington State throw in. Both teams wanted that one, and Washington State gets it as Lena Wants will dribble the ball up, looks around, and will be taking the throw in for Washington State. As she will look, and finds her teammate as that ball's going to be bouncing out, and it will be a Washington State throw in yet again.
I believe that deflection was off at number 25, Marla Galditz.
Right, you are. As this ball is going to be, boom, deflected again and again. As this will be taken up by Shackelford, who's going to be charging. A little bit of a jersey grab there. That ball is going to go in. That's a goal!
Yeah, great goal there by number 10, Audrey Shackelford. Dribbled through about 3 or 4 players there, and a great finish just under the goalie's arms. That is her second goal of the year, and she is tied with Abigail Siddall now as leading goal scorers. Both have 2 goals on the season.
Yes. What we were saying, no one of the Cougs have had a multi-goal season, more than one goal season yet, and we now have 2 of them in the first 25 minutes of West Coast Conference play.
This is great to see here from the Cougs, the offensive pressure that just hasn't been there all year. It's great to see they've seemed to figure it out as they are already up 2-0 here in the 25th minute. Looks like number 18 is checking in for number 20, or number 18, Isabel Wright checks in here for number 20, or for number 32, Abigail Siddall.
Right you are, as this ball is going to be scooped up there by Bennett. Ball's going to be deflected around. Watts really applying the pressure there as this ball, that pass, I'm not sure what the target was on that one, will be intercepted by Washington State University. A quick little breakout opportunity for Washington State as that pass will be sent on over to Juju Baker. For Seattle U, Bynum, who had that own goal earlier, will send a pass over to that far side. We'll get it into the Seattle U attacking zone. They're really trying to apply pressure on that far side of the field. A little bit of a crisscross with the feet there. No contact, no foul ruled. As once again, Washington State University up 2-0 here in Pullman. A little bit of pass around the ball in that center circle there as Bynum once again will be taking it and sends it down the field, but Watts intercepts that pass and will be sending it on over to Young for Washington State University. She's going to be trying to break down the field. She has his wheels, but it's going to be out of play by number 3 of Seattle U, Cindy Smith, for yet another Cougar corner kick. 26th minute of play, 2-0 Washington State leads.
Yeah, believe that is the first Cougar kick, or first Cougar corner kick, and actually first corner kick of the match.
Of the whole match, yes. 6 shots for Washington State, though. 1 save and 1 corner kick. 6 fouls, too, but Washington State certainly leads 2-0. Washington State been leading.
Number 10, Audrey Shackelford standing over it with Ava Greshy nearby as Shackelford sends it in.
And that's going to be, wow, that was a great interception there of that corner kick by Kiergan. You know, corner kicks are somewhat dangerous, you know, with recent coaching advances. You know, corner kicks have effectively been kind of neutralized.
Yeah,
but that was
sure.
A really good corner kick there by Shackelford. That ball is going to go out of play. It's going to be a Washington State throw-in.
Yeah, it was a great ball in, just a little bit over the head of Isabel right there. If that had been just a little bit lower, she might have been able to head that in or at least get a shot there.
Yeah, really, though, I think that was Cassidy Kiergan with good eyes to really be able to snag that ball mid-air as Washington State University.
Yeah, Kurgan was able to jump there in the air, collect the ball. I don't really know if Isabel Wright ever even had a shot on that with just the jump she made. Looks like some extracurriculars here after the foul. Ref quickly came to sort it out, and it looks like he will have a conversation with Ava Greshy.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Greshy just kind of got a little too tangled up, kind of let the emotions of the game get a little bit. No card, though, no book, just a brief little warning of don't do that today.
Yeah, and for Ava Goreshi, 3 games ago in CC Irvine, she did have a red card, and she had to miss actually the last home game against NDSU due to a red card suspension. So she definitely has to be a little bit more careful here.
So that ball is going to be deflected by Seattle U into the penalty area. I think that's like only the 3rd time they've got it into the penalty area tonight. That is certainly something that at halftime they're going to be wanting to talk about here in the now in the 27th minute, as Seattle U will try and get a little of a breakout pass there. Crosser right on the line and right into Cassidy Kagan's arms.
I believe that
She
was
saw
Zora's
that one
stand-up.
and
Believe that was
snagged it like a softball catcher.
Yeah, and I believe that was Zora's stand for the Cougs, not Cassidy Kurgan, that collected the ball there.
Oh, Stanifer. My apologies there. I misread the names. Sometimes some nights you're just so tired. You have such a long day. You're just like, oh, well. For all those watching tonight, I hope you are enjoying your night, and we are too, as Washington State University is up 2-0 here in Pullman in the 29th minute of play.
Yeah, I'll tell you, there's no place I'd rather be right now than at the lower soccer field calling this game.
Right, you are. Not a decent crowd tonight. Good for a Wednesday night, as this ball is going to be deflected off a Seattle U player. Coup goes down, no foul call. Looks like it was just a little tangle and untangle situation, as this ball's going to be passed down the far side wing by Seattle U. That's toward the center line, as that's going to get a touch by Carolyn Pinner, who's certainly been a dangerous threat. But I don't think I don't think she even has a shot tonight.
I do not believe so. No, I mean, I think we've only even mentioned her name a few times here. The Cougs have just done a great job shutting down not only her, but just the entire defense, or the entire offense, excuse me, of Seattle U's. They've just kept really good pressure.
Yes, that'll be stat for booting that ball down into that attacking part of the midfield, as this is going to be sent down to Shankleford. And she's going to get some pressure there by about 2 Seattle U defenders. She's really bringing pressure on the line there by number 7, Alina Lamb. She gets that ball away, but Washington State University is able to get it out of that contested space, as Watts is wide open. Watts is wide open. She is just with a player and the keeper. And this is going to be some kicking, bouncing balls in that penalty area.
Yeah.
As that is scooped up there by Seattle U.
Alina Watts there trying to cut back in on the box, trying to get that shot off. Great defense, though, there by Seattle U, as it looks like Seattle U will get a throw in here.
Yes, this will be taken in by number 9, Kayla Schulzer. And 3 subs coming in for Seattle U. Really, if you're Seattle U, you're just going to try to do anything you can to try and create some sort of momentum, because when you're down in the 31st minute of the game, 31 minutes played only so far, and you're down 2-0, you're going to need to just find anything, and that's kind of what Seattle U looks to be doing with these substitutions, as this ball is going to be passed around, a little bit of a feed ping pong, I guess you could call it, between the Seattle U midfield, as this is going to be Zona Strader booting that ball down the field, as the Washington State defensive midfield will take this ball up, crosses it down the field, trying to find Strackleford. 2 players go down. Foul called on Washington State. It looks like, I think, just that the WSU player just got a little too high on that kick.
Yep. It also looks like checked in for the Cougs number 3, Journey Middleborn. She will be playing out on that right wing.
Right you are, as Bynum sends that pass all the way down the field, but the Cougar backline is able to get ahead on that one, as Shackelford will take it right on top of the WSU logo and sends it back to the midfield for attempted breakout, as Watts now has it. She's been an interesting player to watch. She's had quite a few opportunities, as her pass is going to be intercepted there, but the backfield is able to scoop that one up and send it down the field again for another attempted breakout. Ooh, this is going to be an interesting opportunity. Nice little bit wing attack there, as that ball is going to be deflected out of play for a corner kick by number 17, Jalen Bynum. She's going to be trying to do anything she can to make up for that own goal she had earlier in the game. We're now the 33rd minute of play. 2-0 Washington State leads as they get their second corner kick of the game, and second corner kick of the night. We haven't really seen that many corner kicks, have we?
No, we have not. I think that also just ties into this game has been a pretty free-flowing game, apart from a few fouls. Definitely kind of been a lot of midfield battles here.
Okay, here comes the kick. That's going to be snagged once again by Cassie Kagan. That's her second snag on a goal kick. The backfield hasn't necessarily been able to get the block as Watts gets a foot on that one, but this is going to be a dangerous opportunity for Seattle U. Here comes there's going to be 3 Cougar defenders crowding around number 22 for Seattle U. Zoe Hopkins, the substitute, who comes in the game with 3 assists. It will be looks to be a stoppage. Looks to be a foul, I think, in the corner down there.
Looks like it might just be a throw in here.
Never mind, throw in.
Yeah, it was a great clearance there, though, by number 5, Kira Mitchell, just to clear the ball out of danger. And looks like Seattle U will get a throw in here.
Right you are, as that ball's going to be sent inside. Watts gets her head on that one. Foul called against Seattle U, and that will send the ball down the field as, once again, Zora Stanifer in her first WCC start and first home start for Washington State University will boot the ball away, as this is going to be multiple players trying to play it up in that midfield area. Bouncing and more physical play goes in favor of Seattle U, but they are able to get a throw in by which will be Washington State's able to get a throw in, which will be conducted by Alina Watts. Seattle U has that now has possession here. They're going to be on that ends line there, and that ball is going to go out of play off, I believe, a Cougar, as this will be number 14. Number 14, Emma Newby, who will be the defender taking that throw in for Seattle U. Looks like it's going to actually be number 13, Taylor Marks. Will she be on her mark today? Find out. Restart whistle is blown after the substitution, as Seattle U will be able to get the ball, as it's going to be, I think, that's going to be number 19, the midfielder, defensive midfielder, Maggie Mays, trying to apply some pressure here as Washington State University gets a foot on that one and sends it down the field to their own attacking part of the midfield. But Seattle U will send it to their keeper to try and reorientate their attack, which has not really materialized at all in this first half.
No, it really hasn't. You're seeing a lot of just offensive pressure here from the Cougs, and I think just all of the offensive pressure that they're giving the Seattle U just really hasn't allowed Seattle U to really get anything offensively. And you know, you were kind of thinking the same thing last time they were at home against NDSU, who's also a great offensive scoring team. The Cougs' offense was just able to overpower everything that they were able to do, and you're definitely seeing that again here tonight.
Challenge there by the back line leads to a Cougar down. No foul called, as this is going to be another foul. Well, a foul is going to be called this time on Seattle U, which for their 3rd foul of the night, 8 fouls to 3. Washington State leads, but it's also in the 36th minute. Washington State leads 2-0. 2-0 is your score, with a Cougar lead, as Washington State will be taking this free kick in their own attacking part of the midfield near the Seattle U bench. There's the kick. That's going to go into the net. That's going to go into the penalty mark area. Seattle U gets ahead on that one, as Washington State University is going to be forced to regroup. That ball is going to be sent over to that near side of the field and will go out for a throw. And looks like it might have been deflected by a Seattle U player, as Seattle U will be taking their throw in really in line kind of with that top part of the penalty area in the 37th minute of play.
Looks like number 7, Ana de los Santos, coming in for number 25, Avery Gureshi.
The sophomore midfielder from Los Angeles. 5 games played so far, no points yet. As Seattle U will takes that throw and he manages to retain possession on the throw in. There's a little bit of pushing and grabbing by Alina Watts, and she gets a foul called on her for the 9th of the night. Free kick for Seattle U in their own defensive midfield, just about 5 yards behind the midfield line. As this one's going to be taken by Bynum, and she boots that one deep into the penalty area. Washington State, though, managed to get a header on that.
Number 5, Kira Fitzgerald there with a great header out of the box.
Yeah, you could really, in class you use your head. I guess in soccer too, you can use your head quite a bit.
Yeah, I guess so. Definitely, you have seen that a lot tonight. A lot of headers for sure.
Not even just headers, but also the ability for Washington State University to just shut down any opportunity. I think it's been nearly flawless for WSU this first half.
Yeah, I mean, apart from a few fouls, it's been a great job here by the Cougs. Definitely a few crosses though that they're gonna want back, but I mean, it's hard to complain when you're up 2-0 here. But yeah, great first half so far by the Cougs.
You can't really complain much about that, as Seattle U will be taking a free kick right next to the Washington State bench, near the mid part of their own attacking part of the midfield, as this ball is going to be booted and headed there by number 19, Isabel Wright, as that ball was deflected out
Looks
of.
like there was a shot by number 6. By number 6, Abby May, just missed the goal though. It was a great shot. Statifer never really had any trouble getting there. Never had anything really to worry about there.
Right you are, as this ball is going to be booted to that near side of the field. Restart ordered by the referee. New ball. Looks to be brought in. I'm not sure.
Yeah, not quite sure what's happening here.
I think this is a possible video replay situation. The alternate official is talking to Todd Schulenberger, who is really who in his 10th season as Washington State's head coach is the winningest WSU soccer coach. Looks like it was a brief conversation with the center referee and the midfielders.
Yeah, looking back, I did not really see what could have drawn a penalty there, though. But looks like maybe there was something here as we are in a stoppage in play. Here is the center ref looks to be talking to a few players.
It looks like it's going to be.
Looks like it's a play on.
Looks like they're not going to go to video replay here. We were just talking about video replay before the game started.
Yeah, not quite sure there what they would have gone to replay for, as that whole play looked pretty clean. Just I'm really not sure.
As this ball's going to be as a few bodies get together, no foul called. Washington State University forcing Seattle U into kind of that far side corner. Seattle U retreating to their own offensive midfield. Ball is going to be misplayed there by Seattle U, out for a goal kick for Washington State here in the 39th minute of play. It's going to be 2-0 Washington State leads. Of course, they have 9 fouls on the night. Seattle U has 3. 6 shots for Washington State, 3 shots for Seattle U. 2 saves for Zora Stanifer, and her first home start, as this ball is going to be sent over into that midfield area. Washington State going to be having the attack, and that ball is going to be coming towards us on that near side of the pitch, and bounces nearly into the stands.
Just a few feet under the gate there, almost into the bleachers. Looks like a fan almost got a souvenir.
Well, Lena Watts will be taking that's wannabe souvenir and turning it over and sending it over to her team, as that'll be a turnover for Washington State. A little bit of push in the back.
Yeah, looks like it was number 22 Elliot Cordes there, just a little push in the back. Ref's gonna call that every time.
You can't block in the back in football, and I don't think you can block in the back here in I don't want to say fake soccer, but European football.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, that's what's going to be booted on that near side of the field. A little bit of it's going to be corralled here by Washington State, as the midfield will be trying to get some sort of play going. That ball is going to be a breakout pass attempt by Washington State is going to be intercepted there by Seattle U. The back line for Washington State gets the ball out of play, clears it out of play.
Yeah,
for a throw in.
Ashley Reese there just wins the foot race and is able to clear that out for the Seattle U throw in.
All right, here in the 41st minute of play, Washington State University leads 2-0. 2-0 is your score, as Washington State University will force a Seattle U turnover after a late tackle there. And number 14, that's going to be number 14, Newbie, blocks out the Washington State midfielder from getting into position. forces the turnover for Seattle U, as near that center line, Seattle U will be trying to do any sort of breakout. But Washington State once more really just been passing it around. I would really say the midfield has been a really key element of Washington State being able to control this game.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I think the likes of Audrey Shackelford, Ava Greshy, Maggie Mace, even Lena Watts, they've all done a great job just keeping the ball in possession. And I mean, Standiford too has done. She hasn't had to do a ton, but for what she's had to do, she's done a great job here in her only her second start.
I mean, look at this. Cassidy Kiergan, the keeper for Seattle U, has 0 saves tonight, and allowed 2 goals in. Compare that to Zorna Stanifer, who has 2 saves tonight. Both of them fairly good positioning, gave her the save as she's trying to get her first WCC conference victory in Washington State's home opener here, as Seattle U will be taking this ball in their own defensive part of the midfield, ball headed around. Not really seeing much of any sort of Seattle U players trying to scoop that one as the midfield, and that's going to be number 30, Ashley Wright. Will head that one out of play. Throw-in is going to be at right in front of the substitutions table, as that ball is going to be bouncing around, but safely secured by Washington State, as the Cougs will pass that one down that near side of the field, trying to get that the far side of the field, trying to get a breakout opportunity.
Yeah,
but
it's a great shot there, or a great attempt, excuse me, there, just a little bit in front, or just a little bit behind Journey Middleborn, unable to get to that, as it looks like Seattle U will try to play transition here. Peyton Price with the move to get past the defender. She's driving up the field.
43rd minute of play here. Washington State leads 2-0 in Pullman, as Seattle U is just really trying to do any sort of midfield breakout opportunity, as Washington State University steals a pass, gets inside. This is going to be an interesting one, and play goes down, and that's going to be a penalty kick for Washington State.
Yeah,
I think that was number 18,
Isabel Wright. Yeah, it was a great ball in there. Yeah, Isabel Wright easily would have won that ball. Seattle U there had 2 defenders back. Did not see who those defenders were, but yeah, I mean, when you're in a situation like that and you foul, it's going to be a penalty every time, and it looks like Isabel Wright is standing over it.
Seattle U really got unlucky there, because that foul was about 1 yard into the but less than a yard into the box. If it was a half yard back, that would have just been a free kick at the edge of the line.
Yeah, looks like number 5, Kira Mitchell, will stand over, and this is big for the game here. Is this Cougs can go up 3-0 here just into halftime. You got to think that really could be derailing here for Seattle U if 2 goals isn't already.
The redshirt freshman from Henderson, Nevada, Kira Mitchell, now stands over the ball. Washington State leads 2-0. Will she make that 3-0? We'll find out here shortly. Washington State University, though leading in fouls, gets the first penalty kick of the night. Crowd goes quiet. And referee blows his whistle. That's going to go in for a goal! Goal! Kira Mitchell, her first of the season. That makes it 3 points on the year for the redshirt 5'11" freshman. And Washington State takes the triple lead, 3-0 here in the 43rd minute of play.
Yeah, you got to think now here for Seattle U, it's definitely going to be tough to come back from this if 2 wasn't already. That was a great penalty there by Kira Mitchell. Just strike that right in the top of the box. Cassidy Kurgan made a nice play on the ball, but it's hard to stop a goal like that.
I mean, penalty shots are getting close to near automatic in terms of goals today. In fact, actually, teams are now hiring economists to try and predict where the shots will be fired. Not fired, but sent to.
Interesting. I have not seen that. That is the Cougs' second penalty of the year. First one came against NDSU. Maggie Mace got that one. It's interesting to see here that they didn't elect to go with Maggie Mace, who's already scored a penalty this year.
Well, right you are, as this ball's going to be booted to Washington State's attacking part of the midfield. Ball's going to be deflected. This could be an interesting chance for Washington State University. Clear open net, and that's going to be yet another goal! Goal! That is going to be number 8, Alina Watts, I
I
believe.
believe that was number 3, Journey Middleborn.
Never
with the
mind, that's
goal.
Middleborn. They're on the goal. 4-0 Washington State. 34th minute of play. My, oh my. Washington State University has come alive now.
Yeah, definitely. If you had any doubts about the offense, all of those doubts have been silenced. Great cross there by Isabel Wright, just across the box. Wide open to Journey Middleborn, who just had to tap that in.
Kurgan yet to get a single save for Seattle U tonight. Yet to get a single save.
Yeah,
Think about that. No saves tonight, and Washington State University 4-0. Really, that was just a breakdown of the back line, though.
yeah, for sure. It's definitely an unfortunate goal to give up, but yeah, you always got to stay ready for goals like that because, I mean, that's playing in transition to a T right there. That's exactly how you do it.
I mean, Caroline Perner, the top WCC scorer, has 8 goals in the year. Washington State has half that in tonight's game. Really, just an alive offense. I can't really see much of anything Washington State could have done better this half.
Yeah, I really don't either. It's been a great half. I mean, I think you just clean up some of the fouls, and I mean, that's pretty much a perfect game here by the Cougs.
Well, we're now in the 45th minute of play. 4-0 Washington State. Seattle U will be taking a last desperate throw-in attempt to try and salvage any sort of offense here in the first half. Advantage Washington State, as this ball is going to be taken on the near side by the Cougs, bounding downfield, but out of play, as this one will be sent over for a little bit of a throw-in for Seattle U, which will be sent to their back line. 30 seconds remaining in the half. Ball headed by the forward, but going to be deflected away by the Cougar back line. Seattle U trying to regroup and trying to do a last-minute attack. 15 seconds remain. The 4-0 Washington State leads here as this ball's going to be going. A foul going to be called as this is going to be a free kick. As this is going to be a free kick. Looks like the time stopped about 5 minutes.